Gaze up into the sky at night and sense the infinite majesty of the universe. Get mentally into touch with those patient stars that flash and twinkle like gems of purest water. Realize that they are suns situated millions of miles away. Then think of our own little spot in the universe, the solar system. Think of the majestic magnetic sun, the planets all following certain paths guided by a wonderful system of universal law. Observe the precision of the rising and setting of the sun, the lunar periods, the rhythmic ebb and flow of the tidal sea. Let your mind grasp what all this means. Let it sweep right from the grandest aspect of nature down to the atom itself, and what does it see? A power expressing itself in an infinite variety of ways, in everything and through everything. There is nothing, not a grain, not an atom, not an electron, that does not contain this wondrous power. Man has been described as an epitome of the universe. An atom clairvoyantly observed has been described as a replica of the solar system. Therefore, we have the universe within the universe, solar system within solar system, and all animated, controlled, and directed by the universe or infinite mind. Therefore, the power that animates man is an infinite power. In man, the infinite mind finds its highest expression on the visible plane. At one time, man was thought to be an animal with a soul. Now he is known to be an indestructible ego with an imperishable mind finding expression in temporary physical body. The cause of all man's weakness, mistakes, and failures has been that he has not realized the power within. Instead, he has thought himself to be separate and friendless, weak and helpless, adrift, without chart or compass, upon the sea of life. He has thought himself to be the victim of circumstance, the sport of fate, and the puppet of forces outside himself. He has thought himself to be worthless and insignificant, instead of realizing his wonderful interior powers and the grandeur of his being. Potentially, all the powers of the infinite mind belong to man. Instead of being the victim of circumstances, he can control them. Instead of being the puppet of forces outside himself, he has within him the power to be what he will, to do what he will, to accomplish all that he desires. The darkness is being pierced, and man is realizing that he is a mental creature, and that he is mind as well as matter, that is, as mind is one with the universal or infinite mind. That the difference between him and the infinite or universal mind is not one of kind, but of degree. Like a traveler lost in the forest, who, almost dying, at last finds his way to a permanent spring of water, and drinks again, knowing that he can never exhaust the everlasting supply. So does man, after long wanderings, at last realize that within him is a fountain of never-failing power and wisdom, and that his subliminal mind is linked up with and forms a part of the infinite mind of the universe. This is the great discovery in the history of the world. This is the crowning revelation of all the ages. This is the blinding knowledge that dwarfs every other knowledge. That within man dwells the infinite and unfathomable mind of the universe. No matter how much he calls on these forces, they can never fail to respond, for they are infinite and inexhaustible. Man stands alone and apart from all other creatures in this visible world around him, in that he has the power to govern his own actions, choose right or wrong, to mold his own fate, and create his own life and circumstances. To other creatures, life and the visible world are fixed quantities. To man, life and the world are reflexes of inward mental states. He can make life what he wills, and he can live in a world of his own creating. Man alone has the power to realize and recognize the inward power of the infinite and to consciously bring it into objectivity. The inward powers of the mind are potentially unlimited, but they live dormant and unexpressed until they are recognized and aroused into action by the individual. This is why the majority of people are so worried and distressed, why they either fail to make life worth living or achieve only partial success, and do that with great difficulty. They try to achieve without the power to achieve. They marvel at their own weakness, not realizing that within them lies immeasurable powers which are patiently waiting to find expression. Until man calls these powers into activity, they can never act. Within him is that which is connected with the powerhouse of the universe, but he never feels its power. Within him is infinite wisdom, knowledge, inspiration, creative power, and driving force. But he sleeps on, unconscious of their existence. But to those who realize their own interior powers, what a mine of inexhaustible treasure they find. What force and energy for all accomplishment. When you enter into the realization of the mighty power within you, you enter into possession of all good and perfect things. You cease to strive and squabble and snatch with a selfish, anxious hand. You leave off striving with palpitating heart and careworn face to push your way in front of the one next to you. Instead, you set your ambitions high and sustained and carried forward by invisible forces enter into possession of all that you desire. Work? Yes, you will work for right thinking, and this realization of the power within you is the result of right thinking, is the inspiration of all right action. You will work hard enough, and no one is happy who does not work, but the difference will be that your work will be in the greatest joy and your joyful life. There is no joy like the joy of work well loved and well done, and which leads to accomplishment and victory. You will work with confidence and power, assured in the knowledge that your efforts lead definitely to success. When you have realized the inward power, you will feel it pushing you in the back and impelling you forward. You will feel yourself borne along to the goal of your endeavor. Whereas formerly you were chasing success and waiting on it, in the future you will realize that you are master, that you command, and success obeys. You realize that instead of, as in the past, running after fame and fortune, which constantly eluded you, you have now the power to attract all desirable things to you. Instead of feverish anxiety and joyless quest, you possess calm confidence and the power to accomplish everything that you desire. There will be no anxiety, no worries about tomorrow. Instead, the confidence of exact knowledge, the knowledge that results will be exactly as arranged. Just as today is the result of past thinking, so the future will be the result of what is built today. Therefore, you do certain things today, and you know with mathematical certainty what the future results will be. Like John Burroughs, you can say, I stay my haste, I make delays, for what avails this anxious pace? I stand amid eternal ways, and what is mine shall know my face. What is mine shall know my face. That is the basis of all success, the confidence, the exact knowledge that what you are sowing now will be reaped 100-fold. That in the future you will enter into occupation of which you are building now. That what you claim as your own now, out of all the riches of the universal storehouse, will be yours in the future. It is yours now. You enter into possession in the days to come. Visualize a picture of yourself radiant, calm, and possessed of a new power. See yourself master of all weaknesses and passions, directing yourself, guiding your life with unerring wisdom, shaping your course to a glorious destiny. Practice and keep on practicing the art of visualizing. Remember that you are dealing with the finer matter than that which is discerned by the senses, but it is none the less real. In fact, it is far more real. The fact that you can see with your mind's eye that which you have created by your mental process is proof that what you have created exists. If it did not exist, you cannot see it. If, therefore, you create in your mental realm a picture of yourself, radiant, successful, self-disciplined, master of your life and destiny, then you are creating a new you, which in the process of time will become objectified in your outward life. In other words, the new you, the radiant being of your mental imagery, will later manifest itself in a new outside physical you. Whatever is created in the unseen later becomes manifested in the seen. That is an immutable law. By mental imagery, you create in the unseen. Be careful what you create, whatever it is, good or bad, will find its way into your life. Whenever you meet with temptation or difficulty, or if you let yourself get flustered at business, just retire into yourself for a moment and realize that you are a new creature. You will then become conscious of the inward power. Sit very quietly and relax nerves and muscles and concentrate your thoughts upon conception of an ideal world. Picture a world of indescribable beauty, without pain, sickness, or care, without hate, unkindness, or selfishness, without poverty, want, or any lack. Picture mentally a world in which love and good reign supreme, where beauty, joy, happiness, plenty, and profusion of all good things are for all. Picture a world where there is no limitation, where you can know everything, possess all the wisdom, and where you can be everywhere at the same time. In this world, the colors of the flowers and of the sky are more beautiful and transparent than anything you have ever seen before. The singing of birds more ravishing than anything yet heard. The inhabitants are all gloriously healthy and strong. They are all animated by good will and indescribably happy. This is the perfect world of mind. Concentrate upon this image. You'll most probably find worry thoughts intruding. Thoughts of rent, of the mistake someone has made in your business, of threatened competition, or of some slander that may have been made against you. Whenever a negative thought tries to enter your mind, dismiss it immediately and concentrate your mind upon your ideal world. This will not be easy, but continue to persevere. It is very important that you master this, as by doing so you are cultivating one of the most wonderful faculties of your mind. Keep dismissing the unwelcome thought by denying it. For instance, you are disturbed by the thought that something grossly unfair has been done to you. It makes your blood boil when you think of it. Immediately, when this thought comes to you, say, "In this perfect world of mine, there is no unfairness, injustice, or unkindness. All is truth and honor and goodwill." This will raise your thoughts above this imperfect material life and concentrate your mental gaze on the ideal world. A thought may come suggesting that the new competition in your business will ruin you. Immediately deny it by saying, "In this perfect world there is no competition, there is no failure. I am perfect mental creature, gifted with infinite powers, and I am above competition. I am success." Keep your mental vision on your ideal world the whole time and keep denying all your troubles one by one and affirming their opposites. By your denials, you kill the worry thought, and by affirming its opposite, you build up a character and mental outlook that are superior to worry and incapable of failure. In a general way, the subliminal mind can be influenced for good by allowing only thoughts of good, courage, health, and success to pass the citadel of the mind. This is the foundation of all happiness and harmony in one's life. But if it is desired to arouse your latent powers and to train your subliminal to solve all your problems, to give you true inspiration and supply you with original ideas, other methods must be employed. Your great subliminal mind is not going to offer its wonderful store of knowledge. Neither is it going to act as the solver of all your problems in response to a want or wish. What is necessary is that very strong, concentrated, forceful, directed thoughts should be sent down into the greater mind continuously and persistently. Whatever message you keep sending down to your subliminal mind, provided it is not changed or altered, and that it is sufficiently strong and concentrated, will be obeyed in time. The first step is to impress very powerfully to the subliminal mind that it is capable of solving all your problems. At present, unless you are a very rare exception, your subliminal mind is hypnotized into the belief that it cannot solve your problems. So long as it believes that it cannot solve your problems, it never will attempt the task. But once you can convince your subliminal mind that it has the power, the wisdom, and knowledge to do so, then you will instantly pass from weakness to power. You will have at your disposal a mind so vast and wonderful that the finite mind of the senses will be unable to grasp its full significance. In order to convince your subliminal mind that it can solve all your problems, you must 1. Believe in yourself that it can do so. 2. Have a strong desire to use your hidden powers. 3. Make strong affirmations that your subliminal mind can think constructively and draw upon the all-knowledge to solve every perplexity and problem. And 4. Visualize yourself meeting with problems and having them solved immediately by referring them to your greater mind within. Within you are limitless powers, but they only become available when you consciously call upon them and make use of them. Therefore, carry this thought strongly in your mind. My subliminal mind can draw upon the universal intelligence and solve all my problems. When seeking to impress the subliminal mind, it is necessary to be alone and still the objective mind and the senses. When all thoughts of worry, business, and material life have been dismissed from the mind and perfect mental calm is obtained, then you will be in a state favorable to 1. The sending of directions to the subliminal mind, and 2. Receiving inspiration from it. Within man dwells the universal mind, and when he looks within, he finds infinite power. In the same way, man is also animated by the infinite life. So long as man ignores the infinite nature of his life, so long will he be weak, diseased, ill, and miserable. The animal health of our fathers is passing away, and man is becoming more sensitive, more mental, more spiritual, and therefore depends more and more upon mental and spiritual forces for his life and health. Everyone is getting more nervous and highly strung, and more imaginative, more sensitive to the power of thought and other spiritual and psychic forces. Therefore, man must look more and more to the one source of all life for his health, energy, and vitality. The unseen is greater than the seen. Therefore, to work in the unseen is to deal with the cause of which the outward life is the effect. By working in the unseen by means of meditation, affirmation, visualizing, and by holding in our mind the highest ideals, we arouse the power that lies hidden within us. The power that is within us is the power of the universal mind or spirit. Therefore, it is infinite and unlimited. The only limit there can be is the limitation we place upon it by our lack of faith. Therefore, in all your difficulties and battles, remember that the power within you is infinite. You are one with the infinite if you will only believe it, if you can only realize it. Rise up and go forward with confidence that your highest ideals can be attained. If you'll believe and have faith and reach upward to higher and better things. I affirm for you the inward knowledge of these things.